So 5 ways to build a highly profitable business by creating a signature system. There we go. So what we want to look at here is first is being able to understand the importance of leveraging your expertise and building your business by creating a signature system and program for teaching it. So again, it's kind of like, when you think of, and let me know if you can think of a brand that comes to mind, go ahead and drop that in the comments, that comes to mind when you think about a signature system or a signature product. One thing that comes to mind, just because I have it in front of me, is Apple. I think we're all probably familiar with Apple, no matter where you're tuning in from the world, but Apple is really known for their signature solutions when it comes to the iPhone. When it comes to the iPad, they've kind of created a whole plethora of different products and services that they offer all through that particular brand. And, it's probably one of the number one, I would say, iPhone, and I forget, Samsung maybe is another one. But most people are familiar when you say Apple, you're known for the computers. I can remember back in the day when, I don't know, I was like 11 or 12 when my brother got his first computer. Our father got it for him, and it was an Apple computer. So, I mean, it's been around for a long time, and it's gone from this really, really huge, big, clunky thing that, I can remember like the green screen. I'm kind of probably aging myself here, but like the green screen where you had to kind of input commands and things. I had no interest in technology back in the day. It's like, what am I supposed to even do with this? I don't even know. But they have really gone far above and beyond to continue to go above and beyond with identifying really signature systems that they can create and put into the hands of their users all over the world. So when you kind of think about your coaching program, and again, if you haven't dropped it down below, go ahead and let me know what your coaching program is, or if you don't have one yet, that's okay. You're in the right place. But what is your idea for that particular coaching program? And I want you to think about like what makes you unique and different, because we all when you look at the niches that are the primary niches for online courses and coaching programs, you primarily have 3 main categories. Excuse me. Hang on. 3 main categories that people will invest money into solving a problem. And those categories range from wealth, health, and relationships. So how to make money, how to save money, how to invest money, those types of things, to the health, different areas in health and how to improve your health, how to maybe, I mentioned migraines earlier. Maybe you have, I've seen a yoga program out there that the yoga instructor teaches people how to utilize yoga to be able to reduce or eliminate migraines. So her signature system is all about holistic healing and using yoga practices for this. So thinking about that, maybe you help people with overcoming digestive issues and disorders. That could be something, maybe it's a particular nutrition plan or exercise plan or a holistic plan where you're looking at the whole big piece, but kind of just thinking like, what's your secret sauce? And when we look at this, to dig deeper into it, and we'll go into this more when we get into these trainings, you look at like, what are the things that helped you, like what you implemented in your life to be able to help you get the result that now you are either known for or that you want to help people with. Like, what do people go to you for and why? Like, how did you be able to come up with that? So that's what you're going to lead with. Like, again, like Apple computer, they're known for their iPhone, or Nike, they're known for their tennis shoes. Like, what is your signature system? Because that's truly what's going to make you stand out in the marketplace from all of the other people that are marketing the same types of programs and services that you offer. You want to become known for that signature system and program to help you be able to stand out with that. A signature system is a method for solving a problem that your audience faces. So basically the short definition of an online coach course or coaching program is just that. It is the signature system or method for solving a problem that your audience faces. So for an example, maybe your audience, for example, like with my ideal client, the new or the aspiring ideal client may be someone that was like me. It may be someone that is in corporate or is like in a 9 to 5, and they're feeling burned out and they're longing for freedom, right? They're longing for freedom and they want to be able to create an impact in the world, do something, to help people to be able to overcome a particular problem that they have faced in their life and that they have now gotten success with, and you want to be able to help them with that. So my ideal client is a newer aspiring coach or course creator that knows they have this dream or they have this vision for their life, but they've gone out there and they've Googled, looked up all kinds of YouTube videos, and maybe you've signed up for a lot of different courses or coaching programs or freebies and all these things, but you're confused more than ever. You don't know where to start. You don't know how to turn that expertise into a profitable and sustainable online course. You maybe tried different strategies and things like that, and you've got a lot of bridges building, but you haven't gotten anywhere to generate clients or generate sales yet. So the bridge that I help you with is how to get you as that ideal client that is aspiring to build that business, get you from your point A to your point B, where you now have that thriving, profitable, and sustainable online course or coaching program. And through the step-by-step system or methodology or program, you take your client through, you help them to get that resolution. So the system then can earn you income directly, but also be used for your branding exposure, for your marketing funnel, and multiple streams of income. So when you think about like that big overall transformation that you help your ideal client get, that's then helps you to be able to develop your product suite. And when we develop your product suite, it's like we reverse engineer everything, because everything should connect seamlessly together in your big system of all of your strategic freebies and your paid offers all connect with one another. Like your strategic freebie is like a bite-sized piece of the full transformation that you offer to your clients. Kind of like going in the mall and they offer you like a little sample of whatever the main dish is that they're serving or that they're promoting that particular day. So you get that little taste and you experience it and you're like, oh, this is really good. I want to go get some more. And then they take you over and then you look at the menu and invest in the package. That would be like a real simple example of being able to turn that big overall transformation down into the bite-sized piece of the taste of it. So looking at this as one big ecosystem is where we really want to go, because you can essentially take one particular course or program and turn it into multiple different offers. You can, without getting in too much in here, but you can turn it into multiple different, checklists or planners or low ticket courses, and, just bite-sized pieces of each of these steps that you're taking the people through, essentially, to be able to generate multiple streams of income and lead multiple people into your offers through various channels. But it all starts with one idea, one course, one coaching program. And I just want to remind you, like, anyone can do this. There's essentially 5 steps to creating your own unique system, and you don't need to have all of these prerequisites to be able to do it. You don't need a marketing degree. You don't need to have a degree in being able to be like a copywriter. You don't need to be a YouTube expert. Like, these are all skills, and I work with my students very closely because it can be very intimidating. And mindset definitely is something, like, every level is kind of like a new devil. You want to like continue to work on your mindset, but I just want you to allow yourself to have that beginner's mindset and know that, no matter what venture you have embarked on throughout your personal professional career, like you didn't know how to do that job or that particular thing before you did it, but you learned it. And through trial and experience, you've developed your skill level and other things. So that just shows you that you are capable of doing this too. So I want you to keep that in mind, much like I share the analogy of my daughter learning to drive. Like, we weren't born knowing how to drive a car or a truck, van, whatever you drive, but through, trial, error, experience, you developed your skill, and now you can like drive down the road on autopilot and like have conversations and eat food and sing music and all of the things that we probably shouldn't be doing, and be able to get to your destination. So you can do this too, I promise. So step one, we're going to, if you have any questions as we're going through this, go ahead and drop them down below. And I will have some time at the end of this session as well to be able to go through your questions. But the first step in creating your signature system is to be able to identify and design your system. So again, as reminding you, your system is your signature system is something that's worked for you. So, thinking of like that recipe, what is it? What recipe? I don't want to say, like sweet potato souffle. We had Thanksgiving, like an early Thanksgiving dinner over at my sister's house this week, because they're going out of town this weekend to North Carolina for Thanksgiving. So I'm known for like making the sweet potato souffle. And that souffle recipe is a recipe that was passed down from my mom and my grandmother and so forth. So I might have to like pull out the ingredients list to remind myself, because I really don't make it that often, but I'm known for making it. And that's what I want to invite you to kind of look at too. What are you known for? What is a system, when you're thinking of a particular course or program that you want to bring out to the world? What is something that maybe it's a morning routine that you do on autopilot? You don't even think about it because you've done it so many times and you just know it works. That's something that you could package up and teach your expertise to other people. Kind of thinking back to when I decided to invest in a business mentor to help me to be able to build my business, build my website, all of the things, when I was considering what I wanted to do in life, and, I kind of felt like trapped, to be honest. I felt like, I didn't have a college degree, although I was very successful in corporate and was an executive at that point in time in my career. I felt like, where was I going to go from there? I felt like, unless I was to move out of state, there was really no like additional room for growth, because I was at a level in my corporate position that there was only like really 2 levels above me, and those people weren't going anywhere anytime soon. So, I kind of felt like stagnant. And maybe this is you too, but I kind of just felt like stagnant, like, well, what's next? Again, I couldn't see myself doing it for another 20, 30 years. But I also couldn't see, as a single mom raising children, I couldn't see myself working 50, 60 hours a week and then going back to college to, get a degree in something else and then starting over at the bottom. And then I was also fearing, like, what would I do without benefits and a stable income and all of those things that I really depended on as a single mom, being the main, sole income provider to my household. I didn't see that as a viable opportunity for me. But this opportunity was something that I could do, because I could learn online. I could work on my own pace. I could, be able to blend this in without, having to spend 4 years getting a college degree. I knew that if I could give myself, 3 to 6 months to be able to invest in building this business, I could then start generating some income that I could eventually phase out of my 9 to 5. So it doesn't matter where that path is for you. Everyone has a system that you can teach. Signature systems are often offered by entrepreneurs, trainers, coaches, consultants, small business owners, especially since we went through the pandemic. So many businesses were forced during that time frame to be able to bring their businesses online, offer services and programs online. And you saw that definitely in the education system with all of the schools, because our children still had to be taught. So all of the students started to be taught via online programs. So definitely something that you can easily do. You can easily speak from your heart. Teaching people what you know. You don't have to have a particular degree to be able to do this. You can get started right now. So some of what you're going to start with is start looking at some of your some area of your business where you've seen results. So again, this could be personal. And the three main categories are in health, wealth, and relationships. But also another big niche is in hobbies. So there's people out there. I mean, you can look on YouTube or TikTok all day long and see a whole bunch of different ventures, from people teaching people how to, master video games, to handstands, to, cooking, to all kinds of different things. So really tune in and see what it is that you're passionate about, and what you would feel really excited about to be able to help people with, and be compensated generously for doing that. You can talk to people that you've helped, such as past customers, clients, family members. Again, like sometimes, we can have these blinders on and we can not think like anything we do is special, but you are all special, and we all have unique, talents and experiences and expertise that people would be willing to invest in to get your inner secrets and to reduce the learning curve, right? So thinking of like my example of not wanting to go to college to get a 4-year degree in marketing, I was able to short track that by hiring a business coach to teach me how to build my business and bring my programs online. It's important to just choose one system to start out with, though. So as I mentioned earlier, when we were talking about having a full product suite, I don't want you to, what happens, we can have like shiny strategy syndrome, or have all of these ideas, or like, oh, I want to start this course, or I want to build this program, or I want to create this offer. And what happens is you end up like having a lot of half-built bridges that are leading nowhere. So it's really important to like develop one particular program and service and really get good at that, and learn how to make sure that your students are getting the results that your program promises. And through, starting with your minimal viable program, starting with that, it's just kind of like your I want to use the word sloppy copy, because I don't believe in like, just throwing something out there just to throw it out there. But I don't want you to sit in a cave either, trying to create something for like 6 months to a year, not making any sales or getting any clients, because it's truly by working with clients and students that you're able to see what's working, what's not working in your system, and then to kind of identify where the gaps are, so you can then make your signature system even better. So you can then help them get better results, and also help just really refine what you're doing. And then once you've got that up and rolling, and it's getting your students good results, it's converting, then you can move on to the next product. And then you will eventually build a methodology for yourself on what that looks like, on bringing your idea from concept all the way to client, and then being able to continue to do that over and over. So let me know if this is making sense. Again, if you're having any questions, go ahead and drop those down below, and I will be able to help you with that as well. Just 1 second. All right. So the next steps, I want you to just take out a piece of paper, get your journal. I want you to really think about what's something that you've learned and gotten results from. This will help you to be able to develop your course idea, and then kind of flesh out what really excites you. Again, because you may have when you really give yourself the time to think what am I good at? What do I like doing? What do people come to me for advice for? Those types of things. then you can really kind of rank those and see what excites you the most to be able to like put out there in the world first. And then start thinking about, like, when you've got that idea and you've zeroed in on one, start thinking about what steps that you've taken to help you get results with this particular system. So, from what we call point A to point B, point A being the problem, the pain point, to point B, meaning that you've got that full transformation. What steps did you take to be able to get to that result? And these will then turn into your modules, and develops your course from there. Step 2, I want you to define your unique system, your system's uniqueness. So this is where the true value of your system really starts to shine, because it then becomes unique. Kind of like what we talked about with even thinking about like the iPhone, like what makes it unique compared to other, cell phones and computers out there. One thing that comes to mind when I think about the iPhone is that it is compatible with the Mac, the iPad, the iPhone, like all of those can talk to each other. My son has like all of those different pieces of it, and it's just amazing, like how he can just move things from his phone to his iPad to his computer and back and forth. And they're all portable, right? They're very slim, compact, portable. So kind of think they have great cameras on them. I mean, you can do everything on your phone now. You can build a business on your phone. You don't even need a computer. So thinking about like that as it relates to the value of your system, what makes it unique? Like how can you, through your particular system, how can you make it unique? How can you make it stand out? How can you make it be different from others? Like one thing I really talk about is how can you reduce creative burden from your students? Like, so maybe you have a vault full of checklists and cheat sheets and tools that they can use to help to be able to implement your system even faster, to help them track their results, to help them, if you're a content creator, maybe you have different templates and swipe files, things like that, that you can help them to be able to get that result even quicker. Think about that, and then review your competition and pay close attention to the benefits that they offer, especially like the top competitors in your field. If you think about like even in the online coaching and course creation field, if you think about like some of the top players in the field, from the Amy Porterfields to Marie Forleo, they have invested millions of dollars into online course creation at this point. So they've really fleshed out, what it is that their ideal clients really want and need, and then create the benefits of those for their students to be able to help them be able to get that result quicker, faster, or in this time and age, like we're used to everything being at our fingertips, right? You can order groceries from your fingertips, like through the phone. So we like quick results. So think about like how you can help your students to be able to be really successful in your program, and look at your competitors to see what they're offering, to give you those ideas that you can then take and use those ideas to inspire the things that you're going to bring to your program. So the next steps here to implement this is to find similar systems that solve the same problem you have. So you can, look on Instagram, you can look on Google, you can go to like Udemy, different course platforms, and look up books. You can go on Amazon and you can look up books and so forth to see who is solving the problem that you have. Maybe you're a health coach and you have a particular way of eating, nutrition. Maybe it's a particular diet, maybe like keto. And so you could go to Amazon very quickly and look up a lot of different books and kind of just scan the table of contents and scan the reviews, the positive, like the 4 and 5 star reviews, and also the 1 and 2 star reviews that will show you kind of like what people are really saying about a particular program or offer. Because a lot of the authors too, they have programs that go along with their books. but you can see what students like about it, but then you can also see what they didn't like it, or what is missing, and help you to be able to close those gaps through your signature system. Look at the benefits of each system again in the offers, and compare it with your own to discover your unique benefits. So again, you want to just focus here on creating your signature system so you can lead with those tangible results that are going to help your students be successful. Step 3 is where we're going to identify target markets for your system. So the challenge is to find out exactly who needs your system. Again, in the digital age, there's a lot of ways to be able to do this, and we'll be diving more into the niche and really understanding your ideal client in some upcoming sessions. So if you haven't joined us in the Course Creator Collective, I invite you to do so, and I'll drop all the links in here after the live stream for you to be able to do that. But you want to really know where your market's hanging out online. Facebook groups are wonderful for this. So maybe, if you are, say, a health coach and you're looking to help people to be able to lose weight or get into shape and, overcome a health challenge, you can look for particular Facebook groups that are serving that particular audience. You can also search relative or related hashtags on Instagram or like on TikTok and find an audience of particular clients that have those needs or are investing in those offers. So you really want to start identifying who it is that would need your particular product or service, seeing if it's really well suited for the markets that you're wanting to serve. So are you going after the right people? You really want to understand, again, going back to that transformation, the ultimate transformation that your product or service is solving or helping people with, and then identifying, well, who is the right market for this? Who could really benefit the most from my solution? And then we will then dive into that particular market and really understand them on a personal level to understand what their primary pain points, problems, and desires are. And that's what you're going to start communicating through your particular offer. The key is to choosing a market that is to consider their pain points. So again, you don't want to just be talking to everybody, because if you're talking to everybody, you're like, well, maybe an iPhone, they're talking to everybody because, pretty much who doesn't need a phone, right? So their market probably is pretty much everyone, but everyone isn't going to need, if you were, for example, helping new mamas maybe that just had a baby to be able to lose that baby weight, maybe it's that last 20 pounds or 30 pounds or whatever it is within the next 90 days, because summer is coming up and they want to be able to feel good again in their skin and be able to feel good in their bikini or whatever it is, because that's coming up, or maybe they have an event that's coming up. But through your signature solution, you're going to be talking directly to those new mamas. You would be directly talking to the pain points that new mamas have, which could be they don't have a whole lot of time for themselves because they're taking care of a little one that needs to be tended to nonstop, So your marketing is going to be very different to maybe someone that is, in their 40s or 50s, and say it's a sole provider or an entrepreneur that works from home that, is sitting a lot. They're sitting a lot. They're not really, they're putting on weight because they're not really as active as they used to be. Maybe they're not eating as well. And so their problems are going to be very different from the new mama to the 40 to 50-year-old entrepreneur that works from home. So we want to make sure that we really understand who that audience is, who that person is that we're targeting, that niche that we're targeting, and understanding their specific pain points and problems and desires, so we can make sure that our solution, our signature solution, is addressing the things that are specific to them. And then that comes out through our content and our marketing. So let me know if that makes sense. So the next step to really implement that is looking at your system. One, asking yourself, would your system benefit your current market or subset? So, when you're looking at maybe you already have a solution, a particular product. Maybe you're not really getting in the right clients. Maybe you're not really selling as many spots into your program as you would want to. We really want to make sure that your system is really shining, that it's really dialed in, the messaging is really dialed in, and we're really marketing it to the right person that could really benefit from the solution that you have, that we're really speaking to the problem that your system solves and to that person, that right perfect client for that solution that you're offering. And then if you could change your system in a better way to serve your market, is there room for tweaking? Is there room for opportunity to really dial that in and just keep getting better and better? It's kind of like the iPhone as that example. Like, they didn't wait until the iPhone was perfected and all the bugs were worked out before they launched it. If you notice, there was version 1 and there's version 2, and I don't even know what version we're on right now. If you know, drop that in the comments. Maybe iPhone 12, I don't know what it is, but they come out with different versions, but you also get those little system updates like on a regular basis too, which is also helping to improve the performance of the iPhone. So I want you to kind of consider that for your particular coaching program or online course. Like, you can have version 1, your MVP, your minimum viable product, and then eventually turn that into your evergreen scalable product. Because as you continue to refine, perfect it, see what works, what didn't work, how your students are getting along in the program, then you can continue to do that and make it even better. Step 4 is to craft an enticing title. So we want to look at your title. We want to make sure that it's consistent with your existing or your new brand. We want to be able to, it needs to tell people exactly what your system will be doing for them and emphasize the benefits. Again, people are going to only really invest in something that makes sense to them. Like, I use the phone again as an example. By having an iPhone, exactly what it's going to do for you. That you're going to be able to call people. You're going to be able to use it as a computer in your pocket or in your hand. That you can use it as a camera. All of the benefits that having that particular device is going to help you be able to have. The same goes for your program or your online course. You want to be able to speak directly to what those benefits are, and making it memorable, making it exciting. If the program that I am re-releasing version 2 of is called To Serve, and it is your signature course launch system. So it's very clear and compelling as far as what it is. I'm leading with the impact, because I do believe that we are all called to serve and that we are given gifts and talents and expertise that are unique to you for a reason. And I believe it is to get those gifts out into the world, and only the way that you can get that out to people. And that then is how you develop your signature system and really honing those skills and talents and expertise into a product or service that you can then help people to be able to get the results that they want to get. Because they, kind of looking at the customer experience and the buyer's journey, people invest because they aspire to be like you, or they aspire to have the results that you have, and they choose or want to have it for themselves and their lives as well. The title for each step should further motivate people and tell them what the benefits that they can expect. That's something too that I really like to work with you on in your program as well. When we're looking at each of the modules, is like looking at it in a way and titling it in a way that each step potentially then becomes its own offer, its own product, whether that is a strategic freebie that leads into your offer, because it's just like a little bite-sized piece of your overall transformation, or it becomes its own low ticket offer or membership, or mini course, those types of things that you can be able to offer through that. So each module then kind of becomes its own packaged up product. So that becomes really, really unique for you and really fun to be able to then, as you're building out your product suite, then you can offer multiple different iterations or pieces of the overall transformation. So kind of brainstorm several different titles for your system and the steps that you take. Again, your A to B offer. What are those steps that you take from getting from that point A to point B? Remember, point A is where we are stuck in our pain point or a problem. Point B is where we have that transformation and we have that result that your program offers, and all of the many steps that are in between. And looking at that and looking at, different catchy 2 to 3 word titles that you can call each of those steps that are clear as in regards to the tangible result each step helps you to take. So one example in mind would be creating magnetic content that converts. So that is a step in the overall transformation of helping you to move from concept of where you just have your course idea to client where you have paying clients. That is one piece of the step that I have particular resources for and many offers for, as far as you can have it as a checklist, you can have it as a cheat sheet, you could turn it into a planner or a guide, you can turn it into a mini course, a mini membership, a main membership. The sky's the limit. And that's why you really only need one overall transformation to be able to create your whole entire product suite. And so that's really exciting to think about it from that perspective. So your next steps here to take action, because just learning and not taking action is not going to get you anywhere. You have to implement, and I don't want to sugarcoat that. You have to do the work to get the result, right? You have to put in the reps to get the muscle. It's the same way in business. Nothing comes without doing the work. So I don't want you to just let this be another live training that you've listened to and, just had on when you were cleaning the house or driving or whatever you may be doing right now. But I want you to actually take action. And if you would like some feedback on any of the steps that you've taken throughout this training, then go ahead and drop them in the Course Creator Collective. And I'd be happy to give you some guidance on that. So the next step on that is to create a list of the titles that explain each of the benefits of your course. Then you're going to narrow down that list until you have the best title, and then create titles for your steps that can be used again for your marketing. So again, thinking of each step from A to B, what are those little mini steps? I recommend that you create no more than 9 to 12 modules, and then each module can have itty bitty lessons in there to be able to help you get that overall transformation. And then that kind of becomes your mini product for each step. And then you're going to package it up and sell your system. So this system is what you're going to use to get you the success. This program is the container so others can get the same results. Again, whether you can teach it in a variety of ways. You can work one-on-one with clients individually. That's how I started. When I first started my coaching program, I worked with one-on-one clients the first year of business. And then I went into, once I really refined my system and my program, then I started teaching the first iteration. First program I launched was the 5-Figure Genius Academy. So I had that, and then I moved to Call to Serve. And then this is the second edition of Call to Serve. So kind of looking at, what's your system or container that's going to help people get results. And then your first system should be priced at a medium priced product that's in the middle of your funnel. So kind of looking at where are you starting? I recommend, especially if you are looking to generate a full-time income, maybe you're looking to leave your 9-to-5 or replace your 9-to-5 income. You want to, when you're considering pricing, and we'll dive into another lesson on how to really craft this pricing, but you want to start looking at a price that, one, is desirable and marketable as far as looking at what your competitors are doing out in the marketplace for a comparable course. But you also, what's the saying? It takes as much energy, effort, time, and commitment to sell $1,000 offer as it does $100 offer, because you still have to generate, create an audience, you create the product, and then you start to generate leads nurture those leads, convert those leads, and whether you do that through, there's various different strategies to be able to do that launch, whether it's like an evergreen strategy, or maybe you're doing a challenge launch, or you're doing a masterclass launch. You still have that sales cycle. You still have that customer journey that you have to go through, or that you get to go through, from your lead first becoming aware of you, all the way to being nurtured through your funnel, to then converting, and then you get to do the real fun part, which is actually working with your students. That's where the relationship really begins to flourish, is when you get to start working with them inside your paid offers to get the results that your program starts. So you want to, knowing when you're looking again at your pricing, a lot of students will come to me and are like, oh, should we, just start with a low ticket course first and then go into our high ticket? And I'm like, well, that is one way, but if your goal is to generate 10K in 30 days, you're going to need a lot more students if your program is at $97 versus if it's at, say, $997. You would need 100 students versus 10 students. So looking at that, you want to look at where are you at? What are your income goals? Money likes a purpose. What do you need the money for? Is it just a hobby and you're wanting to generate some extra cash? Or are you wanting to really create a profitable and sustainable online business? So that's what you kind of want to think about when you are pricing your course, and then how many students that you're going to be able to serve through your particular program or service, and the time that you have allotted to be able to do that. Maybe that course is $19.97, or your coaching program. I mean, there's really not a wrong answer, as long as your transformation supports the value or the investment that your student is being able to, invest in to be able to get that. So you just want to think about what am I launching? Why am I launching it? How much am I launching it for? How many students do I need into that? And then reverse engineering that number on, well, if I, want X amount of students, then how many leads do I need to be able to get to that? And that will kind of help you with your pricing. Delivery formats can look at from ebooks to physical books, online courses, email courses, video series, webinars, group coaching programs, in-person workshops. There's all different kinds of ways that you can be able to teach your clients. You can have, face to camera. You can do it in person. You don't even have to do this business online. If you don't want to be online, you can do this in person as well, have in-person workshops and different programs. You can work with clients one-on-one. You can do it in group. The sky's the limit. Whatever you desire, you get to create. So study your target market and determine the best format for them to digest your information and the best delivery system. So this is something you'll understand when you're really getting to know your ideal clients. How do they like to consume information? Do they like to come to live streams? Do they like to tune in on YouTube? Do they like to listen to audio? Do they like to read, the information? And you want to create those particular formats. Start with, I would just start with one, what has the least amount of barrier for you to be able to get that information out to your students. And then as you develop and refine your program, then you can keep adding on and be able to expand out, those different, when I started, I did not have slides. So as an example, I did not have slides. It was me and a camera. But over time, you develop your unique signature system, and you'll be able to add in some additional visuals and learning components to help your students be able to get the best results. And they're also going to need the support materials. So again, and this is what helps your signature solution stand out, because you help them to reduce that creative burden, or help them shorten that learning curve and to improve their transformation. So thinking of through, especially each module or each lesson, what checklist, resources, guides, workbooks, online support, maybe you have implementation camps, those types of things, Q&As, live Q&As, live networking sessions, things like that, quizzes, just additional tools and resources that you can provide to your students to help them improve their learning experience is all really, really valuable. So you want to determine your marketing channels, understanding where your ideal client hangs out. Are they on Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, email? Definitely, I would say through all of this, you want to focus on building your email list. That is the money's in the list. The email list is technically the only thing you quote unquote own. You've seen many influencers with hundreds of thousands of followers lose their accounts overnight. So you really want to make sure that you are building your email list from the beginning and that you can continue to nurture and build that relationship through your list. Again, knowing what kind of content do they like? Do they like lives? Do they like written content? Do they like reels, audio content, all of those things. And then that's what you want to focus on creating for them. So your next steps here are to look at what format and delivery system you'll use to offer your signature solution. So this can, you can, again, like deliver your program through, maybe you're recording videos and you're delivering them through like an email drip campaign. Maybe you have a Facebook group and your whole program is taught live. I did that when I first started my group coaching programs. It was all through Facebook groups, and all my training was recorded live on Zoom and then uploaded into the Facebook group and then into a Google Drive. So you could do that. You could do, I just had another one at the forefront of my mind. Live, you wouldn't even necessarily need Zoom, or that's what I was going to say. You could do one-on-one calls through Zoom. So, and then sending your clients the replay for that as well. And then thinking about like what marketing channels, back up. And then you can look at your course hosting platform. So maybe it's Thinkific or Podia or Kajabi, or there's many different course hosting platforms that you can then put your program on. But again, I don't want you to think that you have to have all of that tech to begin with, because you really don't. Like if you have your go live on your Facebook camera, like you can do that and be able to deliver your course really easily. And then as you expand out and you start generating some income, and then can start to put back some of that income into your business, then you can invest in some additional tech and platforms for your business to expand out. So knowing what channels you're going to focus on, remember to emphasize the benefits in all of your marketing materials. I really recommend in the beginning of your business that you start on one platform. You don't want to thinking about all those bridges again, like really having a consistent strategy. It takes time to develop and to nurture those relationships through each platform. So starting with one, like my primary is Facebook, and then my secondary backup. My primary is my email list, and then Facebook, and then through Instagram. And then I also share, like repurpose content over to LinkedIn. But knowing where your ideal client is, where they hang out, that's where you're going to want to start, and really understanding how to connect with them there and building your funnels from there. So your next steps, if this is something that you want to learn more about how you can create your own signature system, you can go to the link below, the Join the Call to Serve program. Again, this is where we're taking what I've been teaching you here today into diving into your unique signature system and creating that, so you can really create the freedom that you desire, so that you can be able to work when you want to work, serve who you want to serve, generate the kind of income and impact that you desire. There's no more glass ceilings. Let me turn my camera back on. There we go. You're the author of your life, right? You get to create that journey for you. You get to create whatever it is that you desire to create. You really are given the gifts and talents and experiences that are unique to you, that are meant to help other people in the world. So I invite you, if this is all something that you're interested in learning more about, you can either, I'll drop the link in the comments below, but you can either check out I don't even have the full sales page up yet. It's like the mini version of the sales page, but that will be coming up soon. But this is Call to Serve as a 12-month membership program. So you come in here, I give you everything you need to be able to have at your fingertips to empower you and equip you to create a truly profitable and sustainable online course or coaching program that can then turn into your full product suite that helps you to generate leads, to generate clients, and to generate impact in the income that you truly desire and deserve. Your gifts are for you, right? They're for you, and they're meant to be shared out into the world. And if at all, anything that I've talked about, my journey, anything that I can help you with to be able to do that, whether it's in my paid programs or it's in our free community, the Course Creator Collective, I'm here to serve you. It is my passion. It is my calling. And it's something I am so inspired and passionate about, really helping you to be able to do that. I would love to help you. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the group. Or join the Course Creator Collective if you haven't joined us. We would love to have you inside of the community so we can see what it is that you're birthing out into the world and help you to get visible and to help you to get clients and to get paid and to really make that impact in the world. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me an instant message as well, and I'd be happy to answer any of those questions as well. So I hope this was valuable for you today. And again, post your homework in the group. Let's take a look at it. And any questions that you have, anything that wasn't really clear, bring those to the community too, and we can all take a look at it and give you some feedback on what you're building out in the world. So thank you so much for your time and your attention. Give this live some love, thumbs up. Go ahead and click the subscribe button if you are over on YouTube, so you can be the first to know when new videos pop up every single week. We will be doing these, and then I'm also going to be hosting regular coffee chats as well, so we can just have some live Q&A, so we have some time for integration of the information that you're learning too. So thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and we will chat soon. Bye for now.